Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In this one, the project that we're going to talk about is called Undercity. Now, this is a concept that you have never seen before, that you have never heard of before, because this is the first ever gamer village to ever, exist. Now, I know the concept kind of like it may be confusing in the start, but we're gonna break it down, like what happens in this project, what are the core concepts of this, what we can do in this one, and so forth. But just to give you guys a brief introduction, just so you guys don't get confused about what type of project this is, basically, this is a metaverse project, and within this, there's a bridge. It basically bridges reality with the digital world in a sense that they have taken a space, an area of 10,000 meter square in France, which is going to exist, which exists in reality, and that space will exist in reality for people to use for different purposes that we're going to talk about in this video. And that same space will also exist in the digital world for people to join, digitally. So this is what I was, referring to as a bridge between the digital world and the reality. So we're going to talk about what we can do in this area, in this 10,000 meter square that we have. And they have the native token which gets used in all these places. So we're going to talk about exactly where it's gets used, what is going to empower this, but there's like this token has a solid utility, and we're going to talk about this whole thing. They also have an FPS, the first person shooter multiplayer game, the Undercity game. So we're going to talk about that as well. And we have NFTs integration. We can buy NFTs. There's like a lot of things that we can do in this one. So I think it's going to be really exciting. Make sure that you watch till the end. And if you get confused about something, I'm going to give you guys all the links in the description so you can, use those to study about this project, to get into specifics. And if you're still confused about something, you can, talk to me in the comment section. You can leave a comment there. And I'm going to give you guys the social media links of this platform as well, this project as well, so you can talk to them personally, with the community if you're confused about something. So make sure that you utilize all these things, and do not think it's not going to be an investment or a financial advice. So always do your investigation and research. And with this out of the way, we're going to get straight into it. Now, here's the official website of the Undercity. Now they're going to have a pre-sale, and we're going to talk details on the pre-sale as well. And we know the benefit of pre-sale is that we get the tokens at a discounted price before other people can, and afterwards, when it really goes up, if it's a solid project, when it goes up, that's when we can maximize profit. We can get the tokens right now, and we can use them afterwards. So when people will be paying more for these tokens, you already have bought them before, so you can use them for whatever purpose you want to use them for. So I think the pre-sale is a good option. We're going to talk details on this too. It is going to start in 16 days. So we have enough time to do our research, to do our studies about this, project. So I talked about how they have, we already have talked about the introduction on how we had the 10,000 meter square space in the France. And it is going to have a lot of things in this one that we're going to talk about, like what kind of stuff that we can do in this space and what type of stuff that we can do digitally as well. So it says it is a revolutionary crypto project, which it definitely is, because this is a concept that, you can tell that you have never heard of this before. So I think it really talks about the integrity, and it talks about how unique this is. Now, to ensure that this project is safe, it is credible, it is trustworthy, this project has been audited, and they also have passed the KYC. And furthermore, the team has been doxed, so we know information about those as well, which, kind of like it's a proof that this is safe, it is credible. And since all of this is on the blockchain, so everything is completely transparent. Now, they have been audited from the coin sold. You can check out the whole audit report right here. And they have passed the KYC from the coin sniper. So you can see they have been KYC verified. Now, again, this is a proof that this is safe, this is credible. You can check out these reports, by yourself as well. Now, if you move forward, here's an introduction, a proper introduction of what Undercity is. It says it is the first village that is located in France for gamer, role player, cosplayer village that will be integrated from scratch with your very specific lifestyle in mind. This is the amazing thing about the metaverse. When we talk about this, metaverse opens up multiple possibilities that we can do within that space. Now, there's going to be specific things that we're going to talk about that we can do in that space, but that's not just confined to those things. It is open to many more possibilities that we can do in this one, that you can imagine that you want to do in this one, which I think is really amazing about this. So, but still, we're going to talk about what kind of stuff that we currently have in this one that we can do in this one. Now, there is a giveaway right now, and we're gonna take a look at this one and how we can enter this one. You can see you can win $150,000 in this one. The prize is really amazing, and all the steps that we can do, to enter the giveaway is pretty simple. We have entered giveaways like this before, so we know how to enter in this one. It just started, like by the time I'm making this video right now, it just started. So how do you enter? Here's the things that you have to do. You have to, when you enter your crypto wallet address, you get 1 entry, and you join the Telegram group, you get 1 entry, and you tweet about them on Twitter, you get 5 entries, and just like you follow all these 8 steps, and you get multiple entries. So the more entries that you have, the more chance that we have, to get picked to win prizes. Now here's the prize that we get. It is going to be $150,000 worth of Undercity, the Under token. So all you have to do is you follow the steps that we just mentioned before. You follow these steps and you hold at least $150 worth of the Undercity at the time of the draw, and that's it. That's all you need to do, and if you get picked, you win. So I think it's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward, nothing is complicated here. You can see here that you can buy it on the pre-sale, which is going to be on the 4th of February. Once you buy $150 worth of Under token, you follow all these steps to have multiple entries, and that's it. That's all you need to do. So I think it's pretty straightforward. Make sure that you use these options. Now we're going to talk about the tokens afterwards. Tokenomics, the details, its allocation, where it gets used. But before we talk about where it gets used, we need to know what is there in the metaverse, what is there in the space that they have talked about. So here's the things that we have, here's the activities that we have. So we're going to have a virtual reality room, which is going to be the metaverse. It also exists in the metaverse, and people can engage with with each other. They can interact with each other, not just in person over there, but also in the digital space as well. And then we're going to have an atmosphere bar. There's going to be a whole bar, and then there will be snacks available, which will be local products, like real products, not digitally. This is what we're talking about, what is going to be in there in the real stuff. And then there's going to be a streaming room, because a lot of gamers, they want to stream, they want to share their experiences with their audiences, and this is going to be a good space for that. So there will be a streaming room where they can stream all this stuff, because there's going to be a lot of different games, like retro gaming, and then there's advanced gaming. There will be different options. There will be different consoles that will be available for people to use, for customers to use, and that will be for free. So they can come here, they can play games. So it's going to be a very awesome space for gamers to play games, to have fun, and it'll be a good way to earn, because this is based on the concept of act to earn, which I think is really unique. And there'll also be atypical accommodation, retro gaming room for all the people who love collecting older games and classic games, and then cyberpunk container, swimming pool, massage, wellness area. And this is the kind of like the white paper that we have, the documents that we have. I'm going to give you guys links to, so you can check this out as well. So they have details on the virtual reality room, room for streaming, and then there will be also a place for the throw of access, which is also a game a lot of people love. There will be a massage or wellness or welfare center or space which you can get massage and so forth. There will be a swimming pool, and then there will be library with fantasy mangas and other similar stuff, and there will be hall for retro gaming, which I think a lot of us are into. And opposite to retro gaming hall, there will be a modern gaming hall as well. So it is basically for all kinds of audience, all kinds of interests of people. There will be, as I said before, atypical accommodation like these that we have in the images. There will also be tents. So I think people are gonna have the time of their life, especially gamers, and not just like for young people. They're kind of like demographic is pretty flexible, that they have between 25 to 70 years old. So I think it's pretty amazing. Then there will be snack and bar. Basically people can buy stuff, have drinks, and so forth. So there are going to be a lot of things there, and the token basically gets used in all these places, like in reality, in the digital world. And this proves that it has solid utility, which is what most people are looking for. Now we have other PDF, kind of like a presentation right here. Again, I'm going to give you guys this thing in the descriptions. Make sure they check this out. We have other details that we also have on the website that we're going to take a look at. And as I said, there's like multiple utilities, not just one utility. There's multiple utilities for this token, and there's no buy taxes, no sell taxes, no fees. It has been audited, it has been KYC'd, and there's not going to be any rug pull. It is safe, it is credible. There's going to be different stages for the token sale. So the quicker that you get into it, the less the price will be that you buy the token in. So make sure that you get into this early. We still have 16 days left to it, or 15 days left to it. By the time that you will be watching this video, you will have a solid 15 days left to the sale. So you have enough time to do your research and do your studies about the project and make up your mind, and then you can get into it. The price will be of $0.35 US, and the minimum is 0.1 BNB, which is not a lot. and you can get into it. There's going to be a lot of stages, so it's better that you get into it early, but it'll be completely up to you on when you want to get into it, or if you want to get into it. These are the things that we already have discussed will be in the area. We're going to have a virtual reality room, streaming room, bar and snack, and a typical accommodation. We already have discussed these things before. Now, another amazing thing that we have in this, in this project, in this platform, we will discuss about the metaverse, what we have in the actual area, in the real area, and the things that are included in this one. But there's also a first-person shooter multiplayer game called the Undercity, and I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek of it. This is just a sneak peek, kind of like a trailer gameplay of the game. So you can see it is very well developed, and it has amazing, graphics, amazing mechanics, amazing physics. So I think people are going to have a lot of fun into it. There's going to be a lot of weapons that people can equip. There will be multiple game modes, player versus environment, player versus player, and there will be tournaments and so forth. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that people can do in this one, and there will be NFTs in this one that people will be able to trade on the marketplace. They can buy it, they can sell it, they can rent it and so forth. Again, it's open to a lot of different options that we have. So here you can find more details on this blockchain based first person shooter multiplayer game. There's going to be different modes. I think there's battle royale as well, so I think a lot of you guys might be interested in that as well. But eventually the point comes into that the token gets used in the game, in the NFTs, in almost every single place. But still, just to list the things in which we'll be able to use the token, here are all the places. So you can pay the entrance fee. That's kind of like the one-time fee to the Undercity using the Under token. And you pay for typical accommodations. If you want to use it in the real space, you pay for premium games, in-app purchases, and customization of the items. You pay for Undercity activities with the 5% discount on the price. You pay it in the shops, in the restaurant, in the bar. You use it in the organization of events, tournaments, subscriber meetings, and you pay it for the rental of 24-hour hosting servers and game servers, and you use it for renting the gaming setups and so forth. So it gets used in all these places, and the NFTs and all those things kind of like are apart from this, but again, it's also gets used there. So you can see there are multiple places where it gets used, and that's what I think is really amazing about this token. So the more solid the utilities are, the more the price eventually goes up, because it gets used in all those places and people buy it more and more, and that's how it goes up. So it's better that you get into it early, so you can buy the tokens at a discounted price, and then you can use them afterwards in the game in all these places, and afterwards it's up to you if you want to cash out and so forth. So here's all the details. We already have discussed a little bit about the token sale. The start of the sale will be 4th of February, and the number of tokens that we have for the sale is 50%, which is a 57 million at a token. It is going to end. There's like 6 stages of the pre-sale that's going to happen, and the acceptable currencies will be Ethereum, USDT, BNB, and it says there's no minimum required. And here are all the token stages. So in stage 1, the price is $0.35, and afterwards it becomes 0.43, then 0.55, 0.65, and 0.87. And afterwards, of course, they're going to go for a lot of exchange distance, because the exchanges won't let this token go. They would obviously want to list them on their on their exchange to get more exposure, and eventually there will be a lot of more people that will get into it eventually. So it's always better to jump into it as early as you can to maximize profit, to maximize use. And we can definitely tell that this is a solid place to get into, that we're gonna have fun, that we're gonna have a good time. And for people who want to make a profit, I think it's also a good way, because of the concept of act to earn. So we can have fun, we can earn, and we can have the time of our life. So I think it's a really good place to get into it. We have all the information, these are documents, so you have all the links right here. I'm gonna give you guys in the description as well. And yeah, so you can read about their the future planning, which is right here. It's pretty extensive. The whole 2023 is basically planned out, which is right here. So I think this is a project that we should keep our eye on for the 2023. And again, the more early that we get into it, the more beneficial it'll be for us. So yeah, I think this is all of you guys in this video, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one shortly. So stay tuned.